Raiders.
Yes, sir. 3-0,
3-0.
baby.
3-0. 3-0. Top of the AFC West. Top of the AFC. Down go the Ravens. Down go Steelers. And down go the Dolphins. And bring on them Chargers. We're ready for this week. Mike and Tony, get ready because we're going to bring the heat right after this. That's right. And you know, we talked about it last week. We both said that this could be a trap game against the Dolphins. It kind of turned out to be that way, right?
It started horrible. It was a nightmare of a start. But win, lose, or tie, no matter how you get the job done, it doesn't matter, bro. It still counts as a win. It still goes in the win column. We're 3-0. And no one can take that away, bro.
Nobody is taking that away. Not even Mike on the mic himself, who's here to hate. I hate this show. I hate the Raiders. I hate the Dolphins. He probably hates me. He hates you. He hates his hat. He hates his flag. He hates the sign behind you. He hates everything right now. And you know what? Monday night, he's going to hate Monday Night Football. But we can recap this game. Raiders spotted the Dolphins 14 points. Can we stop spotting teams 14 points? This is the second time that they've done it this season. Here's the recap. Derek Carr, of course, went off again for another great game. I tweeted out in the middle of the game, I hate Peyton Barber. I hate him. I told you last week I hate him. I still hate him, even though he had 100 yards. I still don't like the way he runs. I don't know what it is about Peyton Barber, but I'm just glad that, Josh Jacobs is almost back and ready to go. You saw our wide receivers. They all had a great game. Our defense only had 2 sacks. Jacoby Brissett threw 49 times, but he only had 215 yards. Crazy, right? Yeah. What do you think about this game and this stats right here?
First of all, you're not alone with the Peyton Barber hate. Lots of Raider Nation hates him. I hate him too. I wanted to bench him after he fumbled at the goal line and Alec Ingold saved his ass, first of all. But overall, man, like we said, ugly start, 14-0 to start off at home again in the most ugliest way. Miscommunication with the pick six. Foster Monroe and Derek Carr not on the same page. And then they go down the field, the Raiders that is, get down to a 4th and 1, go for it on 4th and 1, get stuffed with Peyton Barber running up the middle. Another reason why Raider Nation just doesn't love the dude. But Dolphins go down, they score 14-0. As a Raider fan, Joe, we've seen this too many times. You start to get down in the dumps. You start to get pissed off. You're like, damn it, like, is everyone right? Like, is everyone that's hating right now just like, it's going to happen? But you know what? Me and Joe have been preaching it all year, all off season. This team is different. There's something different about this team. And what's the number one reason, Joe? It's the defense. Who made a play to spark up this game? The defense with the safety.
That's right.
That's where it started.
And I've been telling Tony and Tony Tucker all week, good teams find a way to win. It doesn't matter how you win. You can win ugly, but as long as you win, you win. All honesty, it's probably start like 14-3 on Monday, but then the Raiders will come back and make it close. I hope not. I can't do that no more. Like, I was so pissed. And that interception and that pick six was not Derek Carr's fault. when you're in the NFL, you throw it. An NFL quarterback, any NFL quarterback throws it to where a spot where they think their wide receiver is going to be, where it's going. Foster Monroe stopped his route, threw it right to the guy, pick six to the house. It was gone. Then John Gruden turned around and went for it on 4th and 1 at our own 39-yard line. Like, what the hell was that about?
No creativity, acting like we're the big bad offensive line with the badass running back. Like if we have damn Marcus Allen back there still,
Like,
and we gonna get a yard regardless. We got Peyton Barber out there, bro.
yeah,
What the
we
fuck?
got Peyton Barber. He came. Nobody else wanted him. We got him though. We picked him up, and he's gonna run and get this yard. Like, what? I don't know what went through John Gruden's head to be like, no, we're not gonna punt it here. Send him back out there. Like, you just got stuffed on that same play, a play before, and you finally saw something that would, no, get that out of here.
Yeah, it's a great idea until you don't get it. Because I think if he gets it, everyone this play doesn't even get mentioned. But I think somewhat like the Kansas City Chiefs, if you remember last year in the AFC Championship, no, excuse me, the divisional game against the Browns, they actually went for it on 4th down and they passed the ball. I think the Raiders should have that same type of faith in Derek Carr. Like, put the ball in his hands. If Josh Jacobs is not there, put the ball in Derek Carr's hands, throw the ball, whether that's a play action or just a regular drop back pass. I have more faith in Carr right now because he's on absolute fire. Like, that's how good he's playing. Where on a 4th down and 1, even though we should run the ball, we can't though. Like, Josh Jacobs is not there. Put it in Carr's hands. Make him find Waller or Renfro because it's been absolute money all year.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. Let Carr make his plays. Let him do it. He's been doing it. He's been proving it. He's thrown 2 interceptions this year. I'm good with it. I'm good with both of them. Of course, you're upset with the pick six, and you're like, hey. But once you look at it, you're like, oh, that's not his fault.
And in Derek Carr fashion, he goes up to the press conference and blames it all on himself as the person he is.
Like, and then you look at Jalen Waddle, 12 catches. He had 12 catches on our defense, 58 yards. They gave up
all dump offs. Look, to be honest, Joe, the Dolphins didn't do shit until those last 2 drives.
Yes.
The Raiders were dominating. They scored, what was it? I think it was like 25 unanswered points after it was 14-0. They were on a roll. You got to give credit to Jacoby Brissett, those 2 drives. He just nutted up and he drove his team down the field. That's when it was crunch time, they got through. They were making some amazing plays. They got a fourth and 20 at one point.
Yeah.
They had a couple of penalties go their way on a couple of tough defensive calls on the Raiders. Had a backup in and Damon Arnett, who gave up the 2-point conversion, who I've been saying, stop playing him. Play a Meek Robinson. Like, Arnett, no good, bro. No good.
Yeah. Derek Carr, I'm just looking it up right now. Derek Carr is the league leader in passing, right? He has 1,203 yards passing in 3 games. 3 games. The closest to him is Tom Brady at 1,087 yards. So we're having – just let our guys go. What is Mike saying now? Dolphins deserve to lose, and they played for the tie. And John Gruden did too. Don't get that wrong. John Gruden he got – the old John Gruden came back in this game where they were up in the 4th quarter, and he tried to run the ball, and then he was like, oh, we got to give the ball back to the Dolphins, and screwed us. Instead of just going, hey, Carr, take over, do what you got to do, get us some first downs, hit Renfro, let's win the game, get the hell on out of here. He went back to that handoff to Peyton Barber kind of look. And, yeah, Peyton Barber, like I said, I showed you the stats right here. Peyton Barber finished with 101 yards, but it was 111 yards, but it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Like, no, that's 23 carries. Like, that's a
lot of it was fourth quarter and OT when you got a lot of those yards.
Yeah. So I'm wondering when Kenyon Drake's at and why they're not feeding the ball, because he's not looking that good either. I know they want to throw it to him, but we got some good news. We'll move on from the Dolphin game. We're 3-0, baby. 3-0. Top of the division, tied with the Broncos. And we all know where Kansas City's at.
One thing before you move on, Joe, doesn't it shows a lot of grit from the Raiders though. Like
Yeah.
this, even though it was an ugly win, you can say what it is, but you can't deny that like coming back from a game like this shows poise. It shows why we deserve to go 3-0. Like I don't want to hear all this talk about, oh, you guys should be 0-3 arguably. Like no, we flat out earned all 3 of our wins.
This, okay, you and I are longtime Raider fans. This win on Sunday versus the Dolphins normally would have been a loss. Normally, they would have found a way to lose. You saw it where, and like you said, you mentioned it when Brissett scored the touchdown, and then they were going to go for 2, and they made the 2. And even I was like, same old damn Raiders. Here they go. Yeah. And it sucks because we do have a lot of haters out there that hate on the Raiders, and they're waiting for the Raiders to fail, right? Waiting for the Raiders to fail, and this was their opportunity. Because trust me, I told you last week, I took the Raiders in my survivor pool, and I was the only one. Everybody else took most of the Broncos. And once the Raiders win in overtime, here it goes. I got all these text messages. Everybody starts talking. My phone is going so crazy. I can't even make a phone call and talk to my own kid like because he's asking me about the Raiders. My phone's going so crazy. I can't do that. That's how many text messages I'm getting from all these haters that weren't talking when the Raiders were up 25-14. No, they want to talk when it's 25-25 and they're going to overtime. Yeah. We don't care, Mike. We don't care. You know who's better than the Broncos and Chargers? Raiders. I just like to give Mike a hard time. It is rivalry week. We got the Chargers this week. We can't make the same mistakes against the Chargers that we made this week against the Dolphins.
And where are they playing the game, Joe?
It's our second home. It's our home away from home in LA.
Home game.
And I don't know. They did come out. I don't know where they get these stats from, where they get these revenues from, but they came out and they said that 74% of the ticket sales went to Raider fans this week. So they're projecting 74%, at least 74% of the total attendance in SoFi this Monday night to be Raider fans.
Because there's no Charger fans out there, Mike. I'm going to say it again. There's no Charger fans out there.
It's just proven. Suck. It's just proven, and you know, we're a Raider fan, but a Raider show, but I'll go off a little bit. It's just proven because they made a big deal about how the Chargers sold the most season tickets in the NFL this year. Well, now it's showing and it's proving that other teams were buying those season tickets, or people were buying them to sell these other teams because they're playing some big names, some big teams this year, and it's worked out. They played Dallas, they're playing the Raiders, they're playing Pittsburgh, they're playing some of these teams, and they're going to make their money back. But it just showed you it's not Charger fans that bought these tickets.
Oh, no. 2 of my coworkers bought Chargers season tickets. They actually bought Chargers and Rams season tickets. They're both not Chargers or Rams fans. They literally just flip the tickets every week.
Why my Chiefs in last? Because they don't got no defense. Defense. I don't know, Mike. Like I said, I don't know where that came from, where they get the stats from. Like, do you buy tickets and they go, what team is your favorite team? Sometimes they do, right? So maybe it could be from that, but I don't know where they got that stat from, but it is a stat. Just letting you know, it is a stat, Mike, and be ready because our Raider Nation will be there.
Even without that stat, let's be real. We all know the Raider Nation is going to take over the stadium. Come on, it happens every year. Come on,
we don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to say anything else. Latest news and notes: Jalen Richard is coming off the IR. They released Trey Regis today or yesterday. Jalen Richard will be there Monday night. They're expecting Josh Jacobs to be back Monday night. Are you excited to see what Jalen can do?
It'll be interesting, honestly. I think Kenyon Drake has been doing fairly good for the most part. The only thing that Jalen Richard has over all the running backs almost every year, it seems like, and why he's stood on the team, it's because of his pass blocking. It's his ability to pick up blitz and certain guys coming in. Like, he just gets the checks with Derek Carr. Derek Carr is really comfortable with him. So I'm interested to see if they still roll with Drake or they just give it right back to Richard. Because Richard as a runner, I mean, he's not as dynamic as we've seen like in his first year when he stepped onto the scene. He's just more of those reliable guys on third down where if you need him to block or you need him to catch a ball out of the backfield, he's going to get it done.
Yeah, and I think, and we're going up against a Charger team that is 30th in the league against the rush.
Yeah.
I think he's going to add a little bit of spark, and maybe I'm just doing it because, like we talked about, I'm not happy with
Peyton Barber.
I'm not happy with him. So maybe I'm just like, anybody but Peyton Barber right now. Because my thing was, you don't think Trey Regis could do what Peyton Barber's doing right now?
Right. I was watching the game with numerous Raider fans on Sunday. So I was hearing it all. We're all saying, like, put in Trey Regis. What the fuck? Like, play him. Give him a shot. But they didn't do it. He got waived again this week because of Jalen Richard. But the one thing that you said there was Josh Jacobs. I don't know how for sure it is. I don't know if he's, definitely going to play. But the facts are, man, I know Derek Carr's been playing amazing, but we all know Josh Jacobs is arguably our second best player on the team behind Waller.
Yes, sir.
And with him, to have him back, it just boosts the offense just even more, dude. We're going to be so dynamic with Josh Jacobs. Like, we're doing this without Josh.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. Like, people don't know how viable, like, Josh Jacobs is to our offense.
And Mike's asking, does Josh Jacobs have the green light? He doesn't have the green light yet. Normally on this show, we'll show you guys the injury report for the upcoming game. Well, since they're playing on Monday night, the first injury report doesn't really come out until tomorrow because everything is kicked back a day. They give them an extra day when they play Monday night. So we don't have the injury report. But John Gruden did come out and say that he hopes to have Josh Jacobs on the grass this Monday night. So that should help out. Even if he's not 100% and he's just out there being a decoy, I think it helps a little bit more as well, too.
Yeah. You seen him on the last time we saw him Monday Night Football. He was hurting.
Yeah.
He wound up getting 2 touchdowns in his sleep. Like, come on. The dude was feeling like shit from the flu, and he had the turf toe issue, the ankle issue, and he was still out there making plays. I can only imagine with 2 weeks rest.
And now he's going against the Chargers, and that I'm not going to say they're a soft defense because they have some pass rushers. They're just hurting as well. I don't know if you saw this. We'll move on to the next one, the PFF rankings. I put Max Crosby there. The Raiders are the only team to have 2 top 10 PFF ranked cornerbacks in Casey Hayward and our guy. Why am I drawing
Trayvon Mullen?
Nate Hobbs.
Oh, Nate Hobbs.
Nate Hobbs is in the top 10. And then the only team to have 2 defensive ends in the PFF top 10 for defensive end in Max Crosby and Ngakoue.
I mean, that just speaks words to how we've been talking about this defense, Joe. That's very surprising. I'm not the biggest PFF fan, but it says something about our defense because Nate Hobbs is a guy that we've been talking about ever since the preseason. The dude is just solid, man. He's solid, and Casey Hayward, being the veteran that he is, I think it was an absolute steal that we got it from the Chargers. I think the Chargers thought he was more hurt than he is.
Yes.
He looks amazing out there. He looks like prime Casey Hayward the years that he was in for the Chargers and for the Packers. Like, he looks great. And then we all know what Max Crosby and Yannick bring to the table. They're 2 beasts. It's the defense, man. The defense is different this year. That's why the Raiders are 3-0. That's why the Raiders are just talked about differently and why it's different this year.
And Jacoby Brissett, he said he's watching a lot of tape, and he said that when he was watching the tape, the Raider defense is everywhere. They're flying everywhere. And Mike would disagree because he hates Gus Bradley, but hey, it is what it is. Felke just said, dude, these Raider fans have stats for everything. Yes, let me bring up another stat. The Raiders are the first team in history to have 4 wide receivers after week 3 with 200 yards receiving. 4 wide receivers. Our only wide receiver last year with 1,000 yards was Darren Waller, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else was close.
Yeah.
We have 4 on pace for it right now.
It speaks. Look, all these stats just speak to why we're 3-0 again, Joe. That's the thing. We don't have to depend on Darren Waller to
No.
dominate every week. We have Hunter Renfrow in the medium. We have Ruggs for the deep ball. We have Edwards who can do a little bit of both. And they all show up in critical situations. And CARR's always been like that. He's always been the type to spread the ball around, and they're doing a fantastic job. One thing that I have faith in John Gruden and Derek Carr, I heard a quote that they said after the game saying, like, I wish we can play back-to-back games or just play more of that because we have so much more plays to run. And I truly believe that. Like, they just have an unlimited amount of plays and just creative things that they're doing. It's
Yeah.
endless possibilities with the dynamic players that we have on offense. And again, without Josh Jacobs, this is without a running game, people.
Yeah, Darren Waller could become the best tight end in the league. Yes, he could. You see, I don't know if it's the downfall of Kansas City or if Kansas City is just playing bad, but if you watch the faces in Kansas City, they realize, like, hey, the Chargers are for reals. Now they got to play. Everybody in the AFC West built up to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs stayed still. They didn't do nothing. Everybody else built up. Chargers built up to beat the Chiefs. They did it. Raiders have been building up to beat the Chiefs. They're probably going to do it. They did it last year. So everybody's catching up to the Chiefs while the Chiefs just stood there. Probably, but we could say some stuff about the Cowboys, but we don't talk about dumb, crappy teams until Thanksgiving week. Then we will. Do the Raiders have a weakness? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Mike. And you want me to tell you about it? It's nothing. No, they do have a weakness. They can be passed on. They can be. You could throw the ball on the Raiders, and you saw it, and you can see it with these stats. The Raiders can be beat in their secondary just a little bit, but our pass rush has been so solid that they're forcing the quarterback to make these plays and get rid of it. But if your offensive line can give you just a little bit more time, you could beat our defensive backs.
Yeah. And I think another weakness is we're a little thin on defense. I pray, bro. I pray that we don't have any injuries, but we're very thin on that side. And we're very fortunate to not have a position go down and really test our depth on the defensive side.
Yeah. And our offensive line is not the greatest. It's not the strongest. A lot of injuries.
Hold up, though, man. They hold up.
They're doing their job. But that, if you want to say weakness, our offensive line can be beat. There's people that they just signed off the street that are starting for us. And, I'm not saying they're not doing a great job. They're not doing their job. I'm just saying it is a weakness. And the weakness is also play calling. I think sometimes they get too conservative. The Raiders get too conservative, and that is a weakness. You need to keep going. You need to keep putting points on the board. This isn't the old school NFL where a 20-point lead is what you think is a good 20-point lead, and you're going to win the game no matter what. No, 20 points can be put on the board quick.
Yeah. I think going back on the offensive line, it's kind of weird because I feel like our offensive line gets better as the game goes by. I feel like we always start off shaky with the O-line, and then as the game goes, it's just better and better. Like Leatherwood starts picking it up, and our run blocking gets better. Like Andre James was kind of struggling with snaps to start off that game.
Yeah, he was getting them high. I don't know why he was doing that, but Felke, are there ties in the NFL anymore? Yes. If both teams are tied at the end of overtime, it is a tie. So, like, if the Raiders would have missed the field goal at the end of the Miami game, because there was only 2 seconds left on the clock, if they would have missed it, it would have been a tie.
Yeah.
It was either win or tie, and that's all they had left. I don't know why people want to talk to Mike. You can go to Nuts and Bolts for that. This is the Raider Nation talk right now. This is, the best team in the AFC West talking right now. But anyways, Chargers coming up this week. Should be a great division rival matchup. My friend Fernando Ramirez as a Sports Illustrated writer for the beat writer for the Chargers, right? He hit me up early Monday morning, talking crap already about it, and it was funny because he goes, "Hey, are you going to the game on Monday?" And I was like, "Nah, probably not. I'm probably not going to go." And he goes, "Why didn't you go?" And I go, "I didn't buy tickets because I didn't think it was going to be that big of this big of a game this early in the season." He's like, "Why'd you think that?" I go, "Well, I thought the Chargers would be like 0-3 right now," and just messing around with them. And he was like, "Really? What about the Raiders?" I go, "No, the Raiders are exactly where we thought they would be." So I already started the week off good with him. Honestly, Chargers could tie with the Raiders. Y'all can get the number 1 seed. Hey, anybody can get. If you look, the Bengals are the number 2 seed in the AFC right now. We're number 1. Bengals are number 2. NFL is crazy, but after week 4, guys, is where we start to find out if teams are for real. And we're happy because the last part of the news is where the Raiders are 3-0 for the first time since 2002. What were you doing in 2002?
I was 7 years old, barely watching. Like, come on, man. I was young. How old were you, Joe?
I was in high school, so I think that was my junior year, 2022. And I remember it because I remember going to the Super Bowl that year. So, hey, if I remember that right, I haven't looked it up. So, sorry if I make a mistake. I haven't looked it up. If I remember that year correctly, I remember the Raiders started 4-0, then lost 4 games. So they were 4-4, and then won the rest of the games. If I remember that correct.
Sounds like the Raiders.
Yeah.
But to be honest, this is probably where we're going to get into the game. And the first thing I want to ask with you, Joe, is this a must-win game? Honestly.
No.
I don't see it that way either. I think this is one that we can drop. We can afford to drop. I don't think we're going to lose, but it is the NFL at the end of the day, and any team can win. Okay? The unexpected, always expected. I think this is a great opportunity for the Raiders to just get ahead of steam of this division, though. Like, it's a huge opportunity, man. You got the Chiefs struggling right now. From what everyone has been saying and from what I think the Broncos are going to have a decline. The combined win of their opponents that they played have been 0. They haven't played a team that has won a game. So you would think they're going to decline. They have to play Pittsburgh and Baltimore these next few weeks. So the tougher part of their schedule is coming. And then, of course, you get a game on the Chargers. It's a golden opportunity for the Raiders, man. It's a huge game, and it's going to be big, man. There hasn't been a big game against these two teams in a while.
Is it a must win? No. Is it nice to win? For either one, Cali Raider, what's up, man? Raider Nation. Let us know, Cali, what you think of the game coming up. Is it a must win? Hell no. It's not a must win. Is it a big, big game? Yes. Can it help both teams? Yes. Like the Chargers. If the Chargers beat the Raiders on Monday night, they go 2-0 in the AFC West, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
They'll still have that one loss. The Raiders will have a one loss. They'll both be sitting at 3-1. So that's huge for the Chargers. For the Raiders, on the other hand, it is huge for the Raiders. They can afford to take a loss. It's okay. They can afford it, but you don't want it because if the Raiders beat the Chargers, not only are they 4-0, they're 1-0 in the AFC West, and they're 4-0 in the AFC Conference. And that's what people aren't understanding about these Raider wins. These Raider wins against Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Miami, and if they could pull this one off Monday night, that's 4 wins against teams that people are projecting to be playoff teams or close to playoff teams, which comes down to tiebreakers. 4-0 in the AFC is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's going to be unbelievable. It's a golden opportunity, man. And as Mike and Mike over here already starting in with the 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, no one's tend to talk about, but Gus Bradley was the defensive coordinator last year. You don't think he knows a little bit of something about Herbert's weaknesses or just the offense in general? Like, there's just certain things a D coordinator picks up on practice. He sees it every day. You don't think that's going to help out the Raiders?
Well, maybe I'm wrong, but don't defensive coordinators break down their own tape of their own team, like, and tell the head coach, like, this is how I would beat our offense because of this? Yeah. I believe they do that. Most of them do it. Bolt up. Come on. Get that out of here. Get that on out of here.
Get that shit out of here, dog.
Get it on out of here, Raider Nation. I think I'm not putting the Chargers down this week. I know what the Chargers can do, but I also believe in the Raiders. I know that this is probably going to be one hell of a game, and it was. Both games last year against the Chargers were good. Mike, we already went through the weaknesses. What are you talking about? Chiefs, boy. What?
We got the whole AFC West in here, but the funny thing is all their teams are at the bottom.
How is it down there, guys, huh? It's nice up here at the top. It's nice up here. It's like, what are you guys doing down there?
I know. The lonely Chiefs are finally getting a little taste of reality, all right?
And don't get me wrong, we're not saying the Raiders are going to go undefeated, go to the Super Bowl right now. Right now. Maybe when we get later on in the season, depending on how they're playing. They're playing well right now. They're playing good enough to be 3-0, and you got to respect them for that. And this week, like we said, it's not a must-win, but it would be a huge win and a huge step in the right direction, because after they play the Chargers, they have the Bears, right? So it could all be all stepping stones. I can't wait to see the matchup. Casey Hayward and Keenan Allen going to slay some legs. Yeah, because Keenan Allen had such a huge game last week against some crappy Kansas City defensive backs.
It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you that much. Look, I want to say this. I'm a Charger hater. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we're Raider fans. But I got to give them props with Herbert. They got a badass quarterback. Okay, we gotta prepare for Herbert. They have a good offense. Their defense has been struggling, and that's where the Raiders have to take advantage of it. The Raiders flat out got a better offense, especially if we get Josh Jacobs back, than the Chargers. I feel like if it comes down to a shootout, we will win.
Yeah,
facts. Like I have more faith in Derek Carr. And I feel like that advantage with Gus Bradley, just being around Herbert, being around that offense, being around the team, being the defensive coordinator last year, you just pick up on certain tendencies and certain weak spots of that team. And I feel like that's going to benefit us in this game.
And Mike said, does Herbert have any weaknesses? Mike, I know one. He holds on to the damn ball too long.
Look, I would say I think a perfect example is this. I heard Tony Romo saying this. Joe, me and you know that the Cowboys are better than the Raiders. Stop. Y'all play the Schlegels on Monday night. Y'all ain't shit.
They're going to beat up on Jalen Hurts, who isn't even.
We'll see. We will see the Cowgirls on Thanksgiving, okay? But back to the Chargers. Tony Romo was saying this. They had a penalty against the Dallas Cowboys and against the Chiefs, the same one. It was a legal shift.
Yeah.
And he was saying, I think Herbert, as he gets experience and as he starts playing more, he's going to learn not to hike the ball so fast. And even though that's not like he has a weak arm or he can't throw an accurate ball, not necessarily, but that's a weakness right there. That's just from experience. Like, CARR doesn't have that. CARR's a veteran. He's been in the league for 8 years. There's just certain things that you wind up getting better at as you go. Like, let's be real. Herbert is still young. He's a great quarterback. He's a dynamic quarterback. But there's just certain situations where the vet's going to wind up beating out the rook.
And Herbert hasn't experienced Raider Nation.
Facts.
He hasn't. The two games that they played last year was in front of no fans. If I'm wrong, stop me. Raider Nation is going to be loud as hell. And I know that they've had the Dallas Cowboy fans go in there, but this is Raider Nation in LA,
Yeah.
in SoFi. Like it or not, Raiders still own LA. And Raider fans are going to make that trip, and it's going to be loud. And I wonder if Justin Herbert is ready for it.
Yeah. And look, credit to him. He dealt with the Kansas City Chiefs crowd. They got a good crowd. But if you look back at that game, man, the Chargers just almost gave it away so many times. And the Chiefs just didn't capitalize on so many opportunities, man. So unchief-like. I mean, we've seen it 2 weeks in a row where the Chiefs have just had these dumb turnovers and Patrick Mahomes is looking human. But, I would say that game was more lost by the Chiefs than it was won by the Chargers. Let's be real.
So he's asking, is John Gruden going to change things up on the play calling and shut opponents down, or is he going to be conservative as usual? John Gruden has done – we've actually been really surprised of what John Gruden has done this year, and he's gone to the passing game more than being conservative. Against the Dolphins late in the game, he was conservative, and that's what led to the Dolphins coming back. So a little bit of that came back. But I think he's going more away from it. John Gruden is great at the first 15 plays. I'll tell you that. He's good at that. And then what I've been telling people is after that, it's a little bit bad. But after halftime, he's been making great adjustments as well. So I think we're seeing a new and improved John Gruden that has learned from a little bit of mistakes and adjusting to the NFL now. Yes, that game was boring.
Yeah.
Jumpman 23. Just subscribe. Whoa.
Raider Nation, baby. Welcome to the channel, man. Glad you subscribed.
Jumpman, what's your prediction for Monday night? Let us know. The Raiders can't rely on quarterback pressure if they're playing against. Okay, quarterback pressure is the NFL.
I think the Raiders have been counting on that all year so far. I think the ability to rush forward and get pressure, it's part of the reason why the Raiders have won.
Mike is such a hater on Gus Bradley. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like, no matter, he will never give Gus Bradley any props. When Mike doesn't know, and like we talked about it all offseason, give Derek Carr a top 20 defense. That's all I'm asking for. Top 20 to be better than 12 other teams. And he will win some games. And that's all Gus Bradley does. And he does it. And he does it well. The Raiders didn't have a defense last year. Their defense was shit last year.
And the year before that.
Yes. And they hung, and that young quarterback, Justin Herbert, destroyed the hell out of him, right? Oh, he destroyed him, right? No. Calm down. They split the games, right, last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like Justin Herbert came in and destroyed the Raiders defense, even when they had a crappy Raider defense, and now they're better than that. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to come out and dominate. I'm not saying the Chargers are going to come out and dominate. I'm saying it's going to be one hell of a game.
It is. Say, but the Chiefs blew that game against the Chargers. It's facts.
Phil K just hating. The Eagles blew the game against the Cowboys too. Why not? We'll say that too. Let's get into our predictions for Monday night. Here's our predictions. I'll throw them up there. Oh, we both have the Raiders winning. What's up? What's up with that? Oh, whoa. But we both are predicting no defenses show up.
Yeah. They're going to score their points.
You have 34-31. I have 36-27, which is a little weird, but hey, I predicted last week that the Raider defense would score a touchdown. They scored a safety. Does that count?
Got close.
Does that count? Mike's going with 38-21. So he's going more high scoring.
Oh my God.
Mike's going to hate on the Raiders a little bit, but he understands that there's going to be it's going to be, and when we say high scoring, it's high 20s and maybe into the 30s. So Mike, as a Charger fan, knows that the Raiders are going to score some points. He's just hating a little bit more.
I'm going to make my first guarantee on this show. I would guarantee it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout. I think the Raiders are too talented and the Chargers are too talented. Both of these teams, they're not going to get blown out on either side.
Chargers haven't given up more than 24 yet. Oh yeah. Well, they haven't played the Raiders yet. That's why they haven't played the Raiders yet. Uh, who have the Chargers played? They played Washington.
Washington,
Not
no
a,
offense.
they got one wide receiver. That's it. No, nothing else. You could say, well, he has a good running back. No, they don't. No, they don't. Antonio Gibson is still learning. He's not a great running back. They played Dallas. Okay, I'll give you that. Dallas is a good offense. I don't know. Wasn't that score? Didn't Dallas beat you like 30? Didn't they get 30?
Nah, it was a low scoring game. I would say this: the Chargers defense is gonna look for turnovers. I think that's
Okay.
their whole thing. They love to get turnovers. But Carr's been really good with the ball lately. You said he's only thrown 2 picks. I would argue only one of them was his fault. Like Carr takes care of the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, Mike. I know the Chargers secondary is good, but just the Raiders have so much to cover. And you could say, well, the Chiefs are, but no, the Chiefs are missing that third wide receiver now, and they said that. That's why they went out inside Josh Gordon. The Chiefs' defense is not as good as the Raiders this year. I don't, as of right now. I think Mike is just gonna hate, and he's gonna hate until Monday night. But I'm gonna let you guys know, Raider fans, right now, I will be live on Monday night with Mike on the mic, with Tony Tucker, with whoever wants to come on here. If you want to join us for a little bit, I will be live during the game on the Warzone Sports Network. You can get my full reactions, unfiltered, because if I have to cuss, I'm not going to hold back. If I have to throw my damn hat, I'm going to throw my hat. I'm going to do all that stuff. So you guys can see it Monday night, but it should be a great game.
Look, I might go to the game myself. If I'm there in the beginning of the game, I'm gonna try to go in on the live stream just for like 2 minutes, just to show Raider Nation, bro, just to rub it in Mike's and Marty,
Tony?
forgetting the Charger fan, Tony, the new
He's not a
coming Charger fan. Shout out to Tony, just to show them how deep Raider Nation is, rub it in their face a little bit more. But it's gonna be amazing, man. I can't wait for the game. It's gonna be good, man. There's so many weapons and so many guys on defense. Like it's gonna be a matchup to look for, man. Because Rashawn Slater has been looking really good.
Yeah.
He's the left tackle for the Chargers. It's gonna be cool to see that matchup when he goes against Max Crosby or even Yannick Ngakoue. Of course, their receivers against our corners have been playing really good. And then I think the ultimate matchup of this game, where it's gonna really decide it, I feel like, is Waller against what, Derwin James?
Yep.
That's a matchup to look for, man. It's gonna be entertaining because he's gonna be matched up against Waller most of the time. There's no one else that's gonna guard him.
Yeah, and I think people are underestimating. I said our cornerbacks are beatable, but they also are capable of shutting people down. Casey Hayward is probably going to be matched up on Keenan Allen, and then you have Mike Williams on Trayvon Mullen. It's going to be a great one. These guys, see, Fel K saying 31-24 Chargers. Snake is saying 28-24 Chargers. I hope to see you boys here in Vegas and run it back in the giant Roomba. Just remember who's 1-0 in that place. Yeah. There was no fans. There was absolutely no fans. So it didn't even count. It didn't even count. And you took that 1-0 and went straight to the playoffs. You guys did great. Anyways, Chargers, Raiders, Monday night. Not a must win, but if we win, puts the Raiders in a great situation at 4-0 and 4-0 against the AFC alone. That's what people are forgetting. Any final thoughts?
All the haters out there, man, keep on hating. We love it.
Please.
We absolutely love it. Keep it going. I'm going to keep those predictions just stored in my memory. I'm going to remember all this talk. And we'll see after the game, man. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see who's talking after the game. And if the Raiders lose, I'm going to eat my crow. We're going to eat our crow. We're Raider fans, bro. We used to it. We're going to ride and die with this team. Ain't no little loss against the weak ass San Diego / Los Angeles / no fans Chargers will do to us. We still gonna ride with the squad.
Y'all suck. Bolt up. Hey, keep that same energy, Blake. Keep that same energy come Monday night. You better come
Is that
back.
Tyrod Taylor in his freaking profile pic? Who is that?
Remember they were believing in Tyrod before Justin Herbert?
Before he got fucking wrecked in the chest? Your starting quarterback's only there because of fucking mishap medically. Come on.
That's the only good hit that the Chargers did last year was a needle to Tyrod Taylor's lungs or whatever it was.
Oh, man.
The only thing they did right. Either way, like you said, haters, if you're a Raider hater, keep that same energy. Because the last thing I hate is turning on the TV and people being like, the Raiders are so great. All these people that were talking the same crap about the Raiders are now loving the Raiders. So y'all think you're good. Oh, we good. You think we suck. Be ready. Be ready for that fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle come Monday night. Raiders, Chargers. Raiders fans taking over SoFi Stadium. The Raiders are so loved, like we've been saying. The NFL built them 2 stadiums. They built them 2 stadiums. One in Vegas, one in LA. It's going to be a crazy matchup. Y'all Blake loves to hate, but Blake better show up on Monday night. Blake better show up. Mike went and got all 7 Charger fans to come on in here. You know what I mean?
Hey. The little Charger fans that are in here, why don't you get your ass in SoFi, okay? Go help out your team because Raider Nation is going to take over that place. We already know, bro. It's going to be a blackout, okay? I hate to break it to you guys. It's going to be a blackout in SoFi. The black hole is going to arrive. All you're going to see is a shadow of black jerseys everywhere.
It's going to be sad when Justin Herbert's about, and all he hears is Raiders.
He's going to have to use a silent count, bro.
Who's preparing for the sound right now?
The Chargers.
In their home stadium. They're having a away game in their home stadium. Chiefs boy is going for the Raiders. Man. He says, I got the Raiders barely, just barely. I'll take it.
It's all good as long as you rolling with the Raiders. That's all that matters. We don't care. I know your fan base don't care either, bro. I mean, your fan base, tell them to care a little bit more. I wish Charger fans were more enthusiastic like you, Blake. I really do. You seem like a loyal Charger fans. Go ahead, go on the internet, bro. Go ahead and recruit some more of these guys. You guys need them. You guys need them, bro.
And bring them to Friday Night Wars this Friday when I have Mike on the mic, Tony Tucker from Nuts and Bolts, and I'm going to bring on Chargers beat writer Fernando Ramirez, and we're going to do Raider Nation versus Chargers. What is it? Chargers?
They don't have anything. Charger what? It's just Chargers. That's
Chargers.
Bolt up against
Charger gang. Is that what it is? I don't.
That's the Niners. They can't steal that. It's Niners.
Charger pride. I don't. Whatever they have down there, we're gonna be talking with Fernando Ramirez, the beat writer from the Chargers. I'll be going at it. He's my friend, so him and I throw blows at each other all the time. It's gonna be fun. So all you Charger fans in here, I expect you to show up. Bring on the silver.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one before. That one's good.
Just win, baby. And after Monday, we'll be saying just one, baby. Just one, baby. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been a great show. And we love the hate. You guys come at us like we're not used to the hate. We're the Raider Nation. Everybody wants to be a Raider fan. And just not everybody has it in them. Because it's pretty hard, it takes a lot to be a Raider fan because you got to take the shit talking and you got to be a badass. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. And Charger fans, we already know what you're about. I mean, you rep powder blue. Like, you walk around like look at me tough in my little powder blue jersey. Come on, man.
Raiders own LA. Yes, sir. No doubt. Raiders own LA. It's Raider Nation, bro. Everyone tries to steal Nation.
I love this picture right here. You see it?
Oh, yeah. Trophy season. Got Chucky right there, man.
Chargers whooping your ass. Hey, keep that energy.
It's all good. Look, Blake, like I told you, man, you seem like a good Charger fan. You're loyal. Congratulations. Look, get some more Charger fans to SoFi or bring them to the show. Have them talk some smack, bro. We want more Charger fans to talk smack to because there's not enough of you guys.
Hey, Mike, let me do one of your TikToks. Quarterback, Raiders. Running back, Raiders. Wide receiver, Raiders. Tight end, Raiders. Offensive line, Raiders. Defensive line, Raiders. Linebackers, Raiders. Cornerback, Raiders. Kicker, Raiders.
We could put that one twice for kicker.
I just did.
You guys don't even have faith to kick a field goal.
24-21 Raiders for life. Hey, I'll take that score. Because that means we made a field goal and they didn't. I'll take 24-21 with the Chargers missing a field goal that tied the game at the end.
In Charger fashion, bro.
So it's been a long time, huh? Anyways, we've had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Next week, hey, if the Chargers win, which I doubt it, but if you want to come back on here and rub it in our faces, please do. But I doubt it because I hope you guys come back for we can rub it in your face. Eagles are playing the Chiefs. Chargers 28-17.
Jay, can you do?
Jay, keep talking to you about the other show. Hit up Mike on the own. But anyways, Charger fans, got something for you. Boop. Have a great night.